Hey everybody, Brian Henry here from the American Sand Association. A very important aspect of our fight to help keep our sand dune riding areas open is to vote for candidates that support us in that fight. We have a very important election coming up here shortly that can impact the future of the Oceano Dunes, and that's for the 3 seats being contested for the San Luis Obispo County Board of Supervisors. The ASA recently held a virtual meeting between ourselves, members of industry, and a candidate for one of those seats, candidate Stacy K, Stacy Korsgaden. For the next few minutes, I'm going to share highlights of that meeting and give you an opportunity to get to know candidate Stacy K.
We've got Stacy K. She goes by. Here we got a little meeting going on to try to get her in front of some of the other OHV advocates that are out there and industry people. She's running for supervisor up in the Grover Beach area, which is right around Pismo in that area. Great advocate for all of us for off-roading, and brought her on so that she can tell us what she's about, and maybe we can put this out there to try to get you some support from the community and the off-road community. So Stacy, give you the floor.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dave, and thank you, everybody. My name is Stacy Korsgaden. I do go by Stacy K because that Norwegian name is sometimes hard to understand or to pronounce. And I'm a local business owner. I own a farmer's insurance and financial services business in Grover Beach, California. And I'm 9 blocks away from the beach. And I'm from Visalia, California, in the middle of the state. Was lucky to come to Cal Poly, graduate in business management, stayed here, opened up my business, and I truly thought I would run my business until I was in my 80s. You can run this business for a long time, and it was 3 years ago, sitting at a Coastal Commission meeting, because I heard that the Coastal Commission was looking at shutting down the dunes. I was sitting in that meeting, and they made some decisions that upset me so much. I left the meeting, I got in my car, made a couple phone calls, and I said, I'm going to run for supervisor. Now, the reason I decided to run for supervisor, it was the highest elected office in my area, so I didn't have to move. And so it was occupied by a person by the name of Adam Hill, who was not a supporter of the dunes, and I wanted to replace him.
Stacy, you outlined some of what you want to do in the next, whatever it is, 12 days before the election, get another couple of contacts. But do you have any idea what your opponent has been able to raise and as far as financial wherewithal on the other side of that?
Yes, she has outraised me mainly because of large developers and unions. And they funded her with some large donations. So when you compare our donations, I'm proud of the fact that I've got the people's donation, which are like I was saying, anywhere from $5 up to $5,000. But she's had some pretty large hits. When we compare campaign activity, I don't know what she's doing with that money, because my campaign has had 24 mailing contacts, and so far she's had 4. I've been walking for months, and I've had as many as 28 people walking, and I call it walking or knocking, and I will knock and talk because I want to meet as many people as possible. But I think that she's literally walked 3 weekends, and we've been walking for months. So our ground game is strong. We have a group of people that are calling a set of people that are in a demographic that are highly likely to vote, so we can get the vote out. We have simply been more aggressive and more grassroots as far as going and getting on social media, going to events, and I'm shaking hands and kissing babies. I mean, I'm out there, been for months. So she's outraised me, but I can tell you we've outperformed, hands down.
How's your reception going in the community? Because that's always a tough thing. I know, spent time talking with Danny and Leia, and then time up there, and it's kind of a mix across the board up there. You have a large separation between the two sides, it seems like up there.
Yeah, it is where in my district, it is 5,000 more registered Democrats and Republicans. But what I'm finding, and I think we're going to find it more and more, I'm running in a nonpartisan race. So if anyone asks me, I just say this is a nonpartisan race. I've spent my entire career solving problems for my clients, and I've never asked what party. So my whole focus in life is solving and getting things done. But what I'm finding is that when we talk about the dunes, especially in Grover Beach and Oceano, and I'll kind of defer this to Danny and Leah too, I'm finding that across the board, people locally are in favor of the dunes because it's jobs and it's going down and watching a sunset with your hamburger with your kids after work. So it really affects our local families. So, and that crosses party lines without a doubt. So when I've walked Grover Beach, I just come right out and say I'm running because one of my main reasons is because of the Oceano Dunes. I can see what party they are, and they've said they'll vote for me. So it goes across party lines, if that answers your question.
What do you think your strengths are, and equally, what do you feel your weaknesses are?
Well, one of my my biggest strengths is when I started the insurance business, I didn't know anything about it. And there are 15,000 farmers insurance agents in the country. And now I'm considered the top 150 across the United States. And I've done that for 14 years out of 33. So I work hard and I surround myself with really smart people. So if I don't know something, I bring someone in. Like I don't know how to do Excel. I don't want to learn how to do Excel. That's just an example. So I have someone else do it for me. But I'm very good with people, and I'm very good and determined at getting things done, results oriented. My weakness is sometimes I feel like my weakness is communication, but yet my whole life has been communication, and obviously I've had some success. But when I transfer that into the political world, I have to be able to I can't get into how the wheel was made. I have to talk about what the wheel does. And I've learned how to do that with insurance. And now I feel like I'm starting all over in the political process. So I feel a little uncomfortable in that, but I'm getting better.
Hey,
Hi. Hey, Jim.
So how many other seats are available in this go around? You stagger this 2 and 2, I believe, isn't it? I guess I'll just ask, how many seats are open at this point for an election?
You're absolutely right, Jim. It should be 2, but this go around it's 3 because Adam Hill, he died. So I'm running in a special election.
Oh, I remember reading this. Yeah, it's crazy.
So Lynn Compton is running against Jimmy Paulding in the district south of me. Jimmy Paulding is anti-dunes. Lynn Compton is pro-dunes. And Jimmy Paulding lost by 50 or 60 votes last time, and he's been preparing for 4 years. He's giving Lynn a run for the money. So if he wins, God forbid, then it's critical that I win this seat. So those are the races. So Lynn's fighting hard. If she could win, it would be awesome. I could flip the seat, and up in the North County, there's a very good likelihood that seat could be flipped. So that would mean we could have a 5-0 for the Dunes Board of Supervisor.
My audience and my following is all sand and dune related. You're pro dune. How do you connect with that demographic of your voting platform? Besides just being pro dune, like open dunes.
So how do I connect with them socially or in my life or?
No, as far as your campaign, if we were to go online and shout from the rooftops that this is who we're backing, besides just saying that she's open, she wants the dunes open, is there a reason why you want the dunes open?
Yes, if you go to my Facebook post, I did a video, and I'll get you the date, but it was a video on the dunes and why I supported the dunes, and it got 4,300 hits and a ton of shares. That was my most popular video.
Okay.
And if that could be shared along with my website, that would be awesome.
Hi, I'm Stacy Korsgaden, candidate for County Supervisor, District 3. And I'm here out at the Oceano Dunes. It's a beautiful afternoon. And I wanted to let everyone know I'm in full support of keeping the dunes open. And let me tell you the reasons why. Number one, it's an economic engine for our South County. It creates 3,300 jobs, direct or indirect, throughout our county. It's said to also generate over $230 million in indirect and direct spending throughout our county. But really what doesn't get spoken about enough is what effect it has on our local families. And if you look down the beach, there are people that are here that maybe did not have access or would not have access, but they do because they can drive on the beach. Also, families come here to camp. They learn to mingle with multi-generations, with their grandparents, with their siblings, with their parents. They put their phone down and they enjoy nature. And it's that family memories that means so much, that they will remember our area and want to come back over and over again because it's fun, it's with nature, and it's with family. So I'm running for County Board of Supervisors for many reasons, but to keep the Oceano Dunes open is one of the primary. I would appreciate your vote and appreciate your support, and thank you very much.
And this is Leah with Freedom Ropes. I'm sitting next to Danny. Definitely Stacy K does show up to all of our events. In fact, she even showed up to the protests that we had for Pro Dunes that we had in Sacramento right before COVID hit. So she shows up for the Dune Riders. She shows up to even our flag runs. She's actually been out in the dunes with me and Danny for a ride that might have scared her at one point, but she was a trooper. She's definitely out there with our group. Our group has a pretty large following in this area of people that are going to be voting for Stacy K. So that's huge, because in this area, we might be divided politically, but I'll tell you what we're more divided by. We are more divided by pro-dunes and anti-dunes. It's a huge problem in this area. It actually means people won't get along with you if they find out that you like the dunes. So Stacy definitely is showing up, and we know everybody we know is voting for you, Stacy.
All the time driving around town, we'll see Stacy out holding events, talking with people, going around, just like she was saying, shaking hands. I can verify she's putting in the work. She's speaking to people. The popularity is growing. More people are knowing about her and getting behind her. So definitely got to give the last little push, come up with the money and to keep this thing going. We get a lot of politicians that are, well, don't really want to take one stand or the other on the dunes. So that means they are against the dunes.
Mm-hmm.
If they will not speak for something, then they are against it. So Stacy has always been very vocal, speaking up for it. We appreciate that. So that's what got my face behind her.
It's refreshing to hear a candidate that has common sense. Common sense isn't so common these days. And I think a lot of the conversation that you touched on today is our normal campfire talk when we're at the dunes.
Thank you so much. I look forward to serving very much. Changing the tide one step at a time here in California.
Hopefully you found this video helpful and informative. If you'd like to make a donation to Stacy's campaign, we've posted a link to that page here along with the video. And if you'd like more information on her campaign, please check out our website at stacyforsupervisor.com. Thanks for watching.